What's going on, everybody? Washington here, back with another figure to review. For this review, we're going to be doing the Fugitive Predator. And the Fugitive Predator, for those of you who don't know, he is the Predator from the 2018 movie, The Predator, titled The Predator. It was a movie that nobody was really too happy with. I mean, ever since they announced it, they were when they announced it, it was really cool about the casting, and then a little bit of like hints about what was gonna happen, um and at the end, the studio had this idiot editor that he did a horrible job at editing, and they had to reshoot almost the entire film, and it was a horrible job that editor did, and that movie was already trash. Such a horrible job he did in editing, and Edward James Olmos was going to be in that movie, and I was really, really disappointed, really upset that he was excluded out of there. And there were other characters. There was going to be more than one Predator in that film, but enough of that. This is the Predator, the Fugitive Predator figure that is released by Neca. But yeah, he's from the 2018, the Predator, and I ended up buying it. I mean, it was an exclusive from Walmart. It was the Blu-ray and the DVD, and it was in a good price, and I ended up picking up. I know I've said some stuff, about the movie. Like a lot of Predator fans were not too happy about it, but I ended up just buying it. I'm a Predator fan ever since I was very little. I collect the figures, and obviously I'm going to be collecting the movie too. It had some good scenes, I mean, it wasn't like so horrible. It wasn't too terrible. I mean, it was like, I mean, it had some scenes that were just a little ridiculous, but I know that the movie could have been better if it wasn't for that idiot editor. But yeah. But yeah, the Fugitive Predator, he's an ultimate version. He comes in with a flap right there. You see a picture of the Predator, promotional picture right there, and then the window box, here's the Fugitive Predator. On the side right there is a logo right there, the Predator, titled Fugitive Predator, the ultimate action figure. On the other side of the box is another promotional picture right there of the Predator. It's a nice looking picture there, with his eyes are like flashing by his biomass there. And on the bottom part, it's the Fugitive Predator. I like the corner here, with the 3 dots in there. The bottom part of the barcode, and doesn't appear to be Neca's name right here anywhere, but anyways, yeah, the people who created this figure, the sculpting and stuff. And the top part, again, the Predator, Fugitive Predator. And the back side of the box, there it is. You can feel free to pause and read it. And on more promotional pictures, his posabilities and accessories that we'll be looking at soon. And there is Neca, there's Fox. And feel free to pause that and read it if you like. But yeah. We're gonna open him up and have a closer look at him. Okay, here we have the figure. And we can start off with the measurement tape. And the Fugitive Predator from the top of his dome. And he measures up to about, like 8 inches and 3/4, almost 9 inches. And that measures up to like 22 centimeters. So yeah, he's a pretty tall figure. He fits right in with the AVP figures in the same scale. The Predator AVP figures, they were like more taller than the actual like Jungle Hunter and City Hunter Predators. My last Predator that I reviewed was the Ahab Predator, and he seemed to be a little bit less taller than the Ultimate Jungle Hunter version. The ultimate version, but this guy, he's almost 9 inches, and he's a pretty tall figure. Bringing him closer, he actually has he's a different sculpting and a different paint from any other Predator. Like for example, his armor is like completely different than the Jungle Hunter and the City Hunter. He has come on, like almost like if it was like some sort of like military armor or something, and it's way different. And even the biomass, matching his suit along with his chest armor, and his shoulder pads are matching his gauntlet as well. It has a lot of detail. This figure, Neca did not disappoint us with releasing this Fugitive Predator. I'm guessing, many people who didn't like the movie, maybe they like the action figure instead of the movie. I mean, I see why. I see why they like it more. From the bottom part of the figure, there's like a different armor as well, matching with the chest and the gauntlets. The shin guards are a lot different, something that you did not see in any other Predator. And it still has that molding of the fishnet, of course, and obviously, through the upper body here, by the stomach and the chest. Obviously, you can't see the rest because it's all covered up. But yeah, it's really nice. This is and these parts right here are like they move. They're like a little loose, but you can always like put them up on the upper. You can always like push them up into the upper thigh. But yeah, they can be a little loose, but they're like a nice rubber plastic. Same thing along with the crutch area. It has the Shurikens right there. They're closed up and they're not removable. They're attached to like the whole armor lower part here. And going down, there's more armor right here. A lot more detail. There's like more detail, more paint, more sculpting, something more different that you ever seen. And then like also the feet are even different. A lot different than other Predator feet. They look more like humanoid. Yeah. Well, the backside, not too much, but yeah. And looks like the armor, seems to be strapped on under its ankles right there too. And it has those two pack holes right there, so you can put them on a base, stand, and this part right here next to his abdomen area, it's like visible. You can like see it, and like it's like sticking out. You can probably like tuck it right in there. Yeah, some of you would just like just leave it like that, but for others, they just like, it might bother you and you just might want to like tuck it right in there. But it's a good thing that this thing is loose and it's like softer plastic, because that will not limit the articulation, something that we're going to be looking at in a little bit. And yeah, that's a good thing that this part right here is loose, because if it would have been attached, it would obviously probably like break off, and then like, yeah, that would have been not good. I like the gauntlets. The gauntlets are different, and they have these two slots right there, and that's something that has to do with the accessories that we're going to go through right now. And one thing about the left side of this gauntlet, it does not have that control panel. That control panel, for the bomb, that sets up the bomb, and like that's something that's very unusual for a Predator not to have. We always, for you Predator fans, like me, we all know the Predator that always has that control panel on his left gauntlet, and this guy doesn't have it. And like, this gauntlet is the same thing as the right one. And the right one, you always have those two blades, that's retractable blades, and yeah. The upper torso, it's like fully covered by the chest. The chest it's fully covered by the armor, and all of this is a soft plastic as well. It's you can actually like feel that it's a rubber plastic. Same thing with the shoulder pads. The shoulder pads, they can move, are softer plastic as well, and the shoulder cannon is on the right side another unusual thing for a predator, you know, and he doesn't have it on the left side. Normally a predator will always have his shoulder cannon on the left side, and this one has it on the right. The only one that we ever seen in a movie, a predator with a plasma caster on the right side, was the wolf predator, but he had those two on both shoulders, and this one only has one, and it's on the right side. So yeah, that's something different. But yeah, on the behind of the figure, you see more details, more sculpted, more details that you just see right here, you know, like especially on this part right here. It's supposed to be the loinclaw, and it's like nothing. It's more almost like if it would be like some sort of like skirt or something. It kind of reminds me of some kind of like a samurai, some kind of samurai warrior or something, you know. But yeah, look at this part right here, you know, so detailed, and it's also a softer rubber plastic. And then we also have another part that it's also loose from the armor right here. It looks kind of like a spinal cord or something, but it's the armor, and like it's also loose, just like on the front side right here, except that this one is more tucked in than this one, but they can also be pulled out. But another good thing is why, you know, the articulation, you know, it doesn't get in the way for the articulation. And also the dreads nothing like any other predator. You know, we've seen the dreads are nice rubber plastic, they're all nice and spread, and it's got those silver rings right there to attach to them. That's something nice. It has no med kit, no backpack, you know, that's something, another unusual thing for the predator. So weird how it's just like the plasma caster is just attached to the right shoulder pad, and it's like it has no like tube or no nothing that controls it, and it's just like a skinny neck that the plasma caster has right there, you know. And it's really different. And obviously the bio helmet is like a little bit trying to like resemble the jungle hunter, but it's like looking at him, you know, it's way different. It's a different biomask, you know. It matches, you know, the armor, you know. It's kind of this silver gray, you know. This part right here is more metallic, and like we see some kind of like gold right here or something, you know. It has more details in there too, just like in the movie. It was like so accurate, just like in the movie, you know. I like this what Neca did for this predator. I gotta say, it's such an awesome job that Neca did for this this predator here. For accessories, you know, he comes with 2 alternate hands, and he comes with an alternate head, and 2 wrist blades that we're about to see right now. And just as you guessed it, those 2 slots on both gauntlets, yeah, the 2 wrist blades, they can pick right in there in the two gauntlets right there, as you can see. Another unusual thing, I mean, like some wrist blades, you know, they usually go attached with the gauntlet, and these ones are like a separate piece. You can just peck right in there, and then like both of the 4 of the wrist blades are the same size of each other, so like there's not like an extended one or a retracted one. They're both the same size, and they fit in both gauntlets, all 4 of them. Can do like a lot of awesome posing with this guy. And also you can swap up the forearms. These forearms are the ones that come with no wrist gauntlets and nothing on it. Obviously the forearms are attached to the wrist gauntlets here, so you can swap them out. They're all on they're on a peg, so obviously you can peg those right in there with the peg, you know, that's in the arm. You can swap them out. You can have a wrist gauntlet and one without no wrist gauntlet. Another thing that you can do is that you can swap out the wrist. The wrists are not a single piece with the forearm. The forearm is one piece and the wrist is also another piece. You can also, they're also on a peg, and you can swap them out for the extended hand and for the closed fist, which is nice, like another hidden accessory that you can exchange right there. Something nice from Neca. That have Neca did this right here. You know, it has you to like just to find out what other accessory it comes in. You know, like hidden. Another thing I wanted to say is, you know, about the detail about the arms. The arms, you know, and also part of his body is also like some kind of like a really dark red, almost brown, and the spots right here, you know, it's like a black spots right here, almost looking like if they were like lava or something. You know, it's like, it's a really crazy and really nice detail. You know, also the fingers, you know, they're all spread, and like obviously they're not looking nothing like human, and also, you know, he's got those really long sharp claws right there the Predator has. And yeah, kind of seeing him without the wrist gauntlets, you know, they kind of make this arms look kind of like skinny. But yeah, it's a really different color, different texture, different painting than Neca did for this Fugitive Predator. It's really nice. And then like the other sides too, you know, kind of some kind of like beige, almost like yellow. You know, a really different color. You know, we get to see multiple colors, you know, for this Predator. Another final accessory. Let's look at his face. Let's see what's behind that mask. And here we have the Predator, the Fugitive Predator with his face exposed. And yeah, he does not have an extra biomass, you know, it's just the ultimate head. And yeah, that's there it is, the Predator. The Predator, you know, it's such a different molding, different design. He does have like the appearance of the jungle hunter. I mean, like, especially the dome, you know, the part right here, you know, you see some spots, and then like this little crown here. The mandibles, you know, they're obviously, the tusks, you know, they're like larger. The bottom one seems to be larger, and it has better, well, something about the eyes, you know, the eyes are like painted green. Well, in the movie, you know, they were actually yellowed. I don't know why they decided to paint it this kind of green, but yeah, the top part, you know, follows up with you know, the red, you know, on the forearms, and then like a little bit of the same color of the beige, you know, and the whole thing that is the face, and then the mandibles right here, you know, you can just tell, you know, it has a different color right there, you know, different painting. It just tells how it's like a separate piece right here, you know. It's like maybe they should have put like a little bit more black wash on this area right here, so it doesn't seem that it's like, it doesn't seem to be too noticeable as a, I think, like as a separate piece, you know, that was just like glued in together, you know. The mandibles, you know, we already talked about, you know, the tusks, you know, they're like a little bigger, you know, they're like soft too, you know, they can still break if you force them too much, but yeah, they're like not all the way closed and not all the way open, you know, they're like, I guess they're like acceptable. I mean, if you like this one, you know, you can obviously swap them out with the biomask right here, and yeah, this was the last accessory. He didn't came with a lot. The plasma caster is not removable, so obviously it does not count as an accessory. So don't even try to pull it out. It's attached to the shoulder pad here, so it's not. If you try to force it, obviously you're just gonna break it off, and yeah, you don't want to do that. Trust me. And yeah, another thing that we don't have as an accessory, obviously, are the Shurikens, the ones that are attached to his belt right here. And it's, I mean, like, he did get to use those Shurikens on some soldiers in the movie, but they didn't give us enough accessories, you know. But for an ultimate version, I say that they should have gave us more accessories than just 2 alternate forearms and just 1 alternate head, but and then the 2 wrist blades right there. But for an ultimate version, I believe that we should have gotten a little bit more. I don't know, what do you guys think? Another thing for an accessory besides the shuriken, I think that and for details also, the biomass is actually pretty clean. There's no scratches or anything. And like, I remember in the movie we had the biomass predator, the Fugitive Predator with his biomass damaged on the left side of his lens. It was scarred up and it was also damaged. So, and for the ultimate Fugitive Predator, the biomass, you know, we got a clean one. And why did we get a clean one? Why did we get a clean one? Do you know? Anyone? Do you think Neca probably released another Fugitive Predator Ultimate version? Probably. Maybe we'll just have to wait for the next Predator review. In the meantime, let's keep collecting and let's keep reviewing. And finally, let's have a look at the articulations. The Predator actually has a ball joint on the head, and it's been a pain in the ass this whole review. But yeah, you can actually turn left and right, look up and down, and you can also pivot, rocket side to side. And he also has ball joints on the shoulders. And due to the shoulder pads, you know, they can't extend that much, you know, horizontally, you know, unfortunately. But they can turn, you know. You just have to, like, yeah, it's like, due to the shoulder pads, you know, they're like a little bit, you have to pull them up a little bit up so they can move his arm up. And also, you know, we're just like any other plasma caster from the Predator, you know, it has that swivel and it can hinge up and down in the neck on both sides. It has double hinges on the lower part of the neck too. And it also has double joints on the elbows. And it can also swivel. And it doesn't have that swivel on the bicep, you know, but it does on the elbow. It can hinge, double hinge, and also swivel. Both of them. And also the gauntlets, you know, they have a swivel also as well. Since they're like removable, they got to have that little articulation there too. So yeah, you can see the 2 hinges right there, you know, connected. And also the wrists have that swivel, and they can also hinge on both of them. And also they have a ball joint. Fugitive Predator has a ball joint on the upper torso, you know, it has like some sort of that ab crunch. And another thing why this thing is loose, you know, that way it doesn't limit the articulation, which is a good thing. Some of you might want to tuck it in, you know, if you like, you know, others, you know, they just leave it like that. And yeah, same thing on the back part right here, you know, this thing's tucked in, but it's also a good thing how it's like not limiting the articulation. And it can also kick forward at good range. It has a really nice split on the crutches. That's really nice. It has a swivel on the thighs there, the upper thighs. It has that double articulation on the knees too. That double hinge there on both sides. So this thing goes up, but yeah. And it also has that ball joint on the feet too. They can swivel left and right, hinge up and down, and then also pivot too. And yeah. So yeah, that's it with the articulations. You know, it's a really different Predator. It's a different molding, and it's a different repaint, and it looks fully armored. You know, just like the chest is all covered up, makes it look like it's fully armored, and it's a really nice, unique looking Predator. Many people like better the action figure than the movie, and I can agree with them, and I can see, and I already know why. So let's finish this up with the comparison size. Here you have him with two 7-inch DC figures from Mattel. Here you have him with a 6-inch Wolverine and a Cyclops 7-inch figure, both figures from Hasbro. Two 7-inch DBZ figures from Dragon Stars. Here you have him with an 8-inch Beast from Diamond Select, and a Colossus 8.5" from Diamond Select. Here you have him with his favorite prey, two 9-inch Xenomorphs from Neca. Here you have him with a 7-inch Ahab Predator figure, whose you can look for his review on the channel. And here on this left side, here you have him with an 8-inch Neca Jungle Hunter, the 1.0. And on this right side is the Jungle Hunter, the 2.0, the ultimate version, that you can also find his review on the channel. The Fugitive Predator appears to be just a little bit taller than the ultimate version. The DVD that I forgot to mention also has an exclusive. It was an exclusive from Target. That the package comes with a book inside. Inside of the book is the Blu-ray version. The other side, the ending of the book, is also the DVD version. So yeah, this was the Fugitive Predator, the Ultimate Version review. I hope you guys like it. What do you guys think of it? Some people may not recommend you to go watch the movie, but I definitely would recommend you to collect this figure. You know, it's an awesome figure, so detailed, so it's so nice. You know, it's a different Predator that you just want to have part of your collection, and I recommend you guys to pick this guy up. And thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like, subscribe if you're new, share it, and thank you, and till next time.